Chapter 42. The friends pulled Serafina over to discuss the script, but she didn't hear a word. All the attention unconsciously turned to Lily and Theodore. The two stood by the window. The sunlight was warm. One was young and handsome, the other was gentle and lovely. At first glance, it was really. However, although Theodore smiled, he was very polite and indifferent. She knew, he was worried because she was there. He knew she didn't like Lily. But Lily smiled sweetly, and leaned against the railing, not knowing whether it was intentional or not, making her S-shaped body clearly visible. Serafina was annoyed. Lily was planning to use the usual trick to seduce men with Theodore. In the previous life, Theodore's initial feelings for Lily were limited to a very simple sisterly love. But later, when Lily had bad intentions and tried to seduce and attack, her younger brother fell into the enemy's hands, becoming Lily's fanatic fan. From the moment Lily launched her love attack, the process of turning family affection into love was only 2 months, enough to prove that as long as she was satisfied, any man would fall into her hands. In this life, Lily probably wanted to borrow Theodore's strength. After all, Grandma had decided not to hand over the business rights to outsiders, including her, so she would do her best to cultivate Theodore. This simple-minded and easily fooled child would later be the heir to the Smith Group of the Beaumont family. Grasping him, wouldn't it be like grasping the Smith Group's mountain of gold? Theodore. Lily addressed him like this, making Serafina know that something was wrong. Before, she always called him Theo like an older sister. She looked over again, and saw Lily looking at Theodore, her expression filled with sadness and grief. Theodore, I realized that I was really stupid. Being raised by the Ashford family, I wanted to contribute some of my strength to this family, to repay the kindness of receiving me, but I didn't expect that I didn't understand the market price and chose the wrong choice. I'm really an unlucky comet. Since she said that, Theodore naturally had to comfort her. No, you don't know, of course you will make mistakes. But you only have good intentions. Hearing him say that, Lily immediately felt happy and relieved. You really know how to comfort others. You don't know, after I made the wrong choice, because I didn't want to cause the Ashford family to lose such a large amount of money, I had to go back on my word, bringing so much humiliation from the people around me. But, she smiled so resiliently, like a good-natured actress on a TV series, I'd rather let people trample me underfoot than cause the Ashford family to lose. As if nearly 10 million in deposit money wasn't a loss. He frowned, slightly sad, and said, I only know that the Ashford family is not a good person. Such a big matter should not be entrusted to someone who knows nothing like you. When mistakes are made, they put all the responsibility on you. It is really unreasonable. This brain-damaging matter that requires thinking, preparation, and consideration, how can it be successful just by relying on you? Serafina was speechless. Who will explain to her? Is this idiot Theodore in the end feeling indignant on Lily's behalf or picking on the weak spot at the corner of that stupid woman? Actually, he was just dissatisfied when he mentioned Winston Ashford. Lily was also stunned by his words, not knowing if he was pitying her or mocking her. However, she quickly analyzed in her heart, Theodore's thoughts were quite simple, he probably wasn't secretly mocking her. She breathed a sigh of relief, but there was still another problem. She had been flirting for so long, did he finally realize it? Of course he didn't. Lily continued to persist in her gentle performance. Hayes, I really have a rough life. In the blink of an eye, I fell from heaven to hell, lost you and mother, now I have to depend on others, I can only live with myself. After saying that, her eyes filled with tears again. Theodore stammered, frowning in confusion, but there's also that Ashford guy who's your father, Harper. He remembered that woman and became annoyed. You also have a mother, Cousin Vivian also became your sister. Why do you say it's hell? Aren't they human? She quickly shed tears but still smiled happily. Of course, I have to be optimistic and move forward. In the future I must rely on my own efforts to revive the Ashford family. I have the determination. Serafina's skin crawled. What the hell was the sudden oath-taking scene? She indifferently observed from beginning to end. What new level had Lily raised her shameless level to? With the cat and mouse just now, Lily was truly a master of acting, using emotions to move people, using reason to make people understand. Sometimes choked up, sometimes resilient, sometimes tearful, sometimes full of determination. It was truly a movie that brought tears to people's eyes, encouraged people to move forward. But unfortunately, Theodore seemed to watch it without understanding. He saw her talking for a long time, still doubtful and confused. You don't understand business management. Why do you have to force yourself to go in that direction? She thought the encouragement program just now was very touching. He continued, shouldn't people do what they like and are good at? Look, like Serafina, she likes to be a screenwriter. She can skip meals and sleep to do it. She does it very well, and she also knows how to enjoy life. Our family has the huge Smith Group, but she has no expertise in this area, so she doesn't have any intention of competing. Speaking of this, he couldn't help but laugh. However, she has many cunning tricks. If she can help the group, she will definitely try her best. So it's very good for us to cooperate. Lily was speechless. Serafina was overjoyed. But at the crucial moment, Theodore suddenly said something very silly. I think you shine much brighter on stage than usual. This is your forte, right? Lily had an idea, and immediately accepted it and nodded repeatedly. That's right, I know that too, but because the Ashford family makes me feel so stressed, sometimes I just want to vent my emotions a little. Being able to confide in you, I feel much better. Theodore's lips curled slightly, revealing a bit of gentleness. Yeah, I know, you're having a hard time too. Lily was even more encouraged, and immediately flattered. After not seeing each other for a while, you've become so profound. You're truly a real man. If anything unpleasant happens in the future, I'll come find you. He was embarrassed by her compliment, and smiled shyly. I was just talking nonsense. How can I be that powerful? Look at your ears, they're all red. Lily suddenly transformed into an innocent girl, reaching out to pinch his ears. Theodore! Serafina called out loudly. He reflexively turned his head, and Lily's hand fell into the air. Lily also turned around, discreetly looking at Serafina, her eyes filled with a bit of pride. Serafina calmly glanced at Theodore's ears. What the hell was red? Did she really think he was a shy white rabbit? However, she couldn't help but admire Lily's methods. She dared to lie that his ears were red, clearly reminding him of the current sensitive atmosphere. Next, she affectionately pinched his ears, so his ears were really red. She was certain Lily had definitely started to have feelings for her younger brother. In her previous life, Lily had seduced him, tricked him into many things, and now this scene was replaying. Serafina was so angry that she wanted to rush over and slap Lily a few times. She even schemed against her younger brother who had lived together for 18 years. She was truly the most shameless person in the world. If it weren't for Theodore's calm demeanor and the words that opened Serafina's eyes, she would have interrupted long ago. However, Lily's words clearly didn't move his numb nerves, but she was so brazen and moved her hands and feet that it was hard to guard against. Serafina clenched her fists. It seemed that she definitely wouldn't let the two of them meet, especially not alone. On the other hand, she had to quickly let her younger brother see Lily's true face. Serafina met Lily's provocative gaze and smiled politely. Lily, what are you going to do now? Continue practicing? Of course, Theodore had just praised her performance as very brilliant. Of course she had to practice harder. Lily turned her shoulders flirtatiously. Practice now. After all, I am an actress. There are many people watching. I can't be as comfortable and carefree as you guys behind the stage. I'm really jealous of you. That's right, Serafina nodded. Then you should practice harder. After speaking, she pulled her younger brother's hand. Buy me something to eat. I haven't had lunch yet. I'm starving to death. Theodore's attention was naturally diverted. He went out with her, and scolded her. Serves you right. Who told you to only know how to write scripts and not eat? You'll get stomach pain from hunger later. I'll make you die of pain. You wanted me to get stomach pain like that. I pray to God to make your wish come true. Hey, who wants you to get sick? You're a crow mouth. The two argued with each other, walking further and further away. Lily stood in the practice room, completely confused. That damn sly brat Serafina. She wanted to pull Theodore away, but she guessed that if she said she wanted to eat something, he couldn't help but invite Lily along. So she asked about her practice first. Lily wanted to show off in front of him. Of course she was excited. Unexpectedly, the audience was kidnapped by Serafina. Lily gritted her teeth in anger. Serafina, do you think you can protect him for the rest of your life? The school's founding anniversary celebration was held in the school's stadium. A large stage had been set up in the stadium. Next to it was a large grandstand that could hold several thousand people. The teachers also participated in the performance. The school's parent association presidents also attended. Although Beijing Academy of Fine Arts had half of its students being ordinary students, it was still an aristocratic school, and the representatives of the school's parents association were the school board members whose children had studied there, such as Mia, Olivia, Megan. While standing behind the stage helping the script team with the preparations, Serafina took the initiative to manage the sound and background. She was already very proficient in using these simple devices. She planned to play the video on her phone later. But she still hesitated a bit, although playing it could let everyone know that Lily was the illegitimate daughter, and Megan was the third wheel back then. But there would be two possible side effects. First, Winston would retaliate against the Beaumont family, and from her understanding, he was a scum man without manners and shame, in the same league as Megan. Second, Theodore might think she was too much. Right now, because he was afraid that she would be sad, he always kept his distance from Lily, and he always stood by her side no matter what, so she naturally had to think about his feelings. After all, Lily was his older sister who had lived with him for 18 years, and attacking her without restraint would only hurt him. While Serafina was propping her cheek up in internal conflict, she felt someone beside her, and when she turned her head, she saw Hannah smiling brightly. Serafina glanced at her, then withdrew her gaze in displeasure. If you feel uncomfortable, then stop laughing. But I'm always happy just seeing you. Hannah was still smiling. She raised her eyes. Want to fight? There are no permanent enemies in this world, only permanent interests. People find people to do bad things together. Hannah also did not beat around the bush, very straightforward. She shrugged. What a coincidence. I also like to hear these sentences. If you have anything to say, say it. Hannah said, I heard from Vivian, you have a video that can prove Lily is Winston Ashford's illegitimate child. Can I ask you to broadcast it at the party so the whole world knows? This was her calculation, but she asked, doesn't Vivian have it too? Don't mention that incompetent girl to me. Hannah silently looked up at the sky. Her father used 20% of the shares of Ashford Medical Company to please her, so she deleted the video. However, she was smart in that she said she sent it to you just to annoy Lily. Luckily you've been busy with the school anniversary celebration lately, and there hasn't been any movement, otherwise, I'm afraid you would have been followed by the Ashford family. Heaven was really helping her. Serafina pretended to be thoughtful, looking a little unhappy. You're very smart, telling me to broadcast this video to make enemies of the Ashford family? You didn't broadcast it. Hannah was very bold. You give me the video, I broadcast it myself. You only provide the video, I will take the blame for you. Moreover, don't you hate Lily? She stole your life for 18 years, don't you hate her? There was some truth to it. If Hannah did it for her now, the two previous worries would be gone. Wouldn't that be just right? Serafina was still considering. Hannah had already muttered, I want Lily to lose all face. She won't even think about coming to our house in this life. She was really stubborn. Serafina suddenly thought, was this similar to her mentality of wanting to protect Theodore? Thinking of this, she couldn't help but ask another question. You've affected the Ashford family's reputation like this, aren't you afraid of Winston's revenge? Hannah raised her eyebrows, looking disdainful. Just him? Humph, anyway, with my mother and brother protecting me, what can the Ashford family do to me? If that's not enough, Brother David and the other uncles and fathers will also protect me. Serafina's chest tightened. At this moment, she was very jealous of Hannah. No wonder she could be so arrogant and domineering, offending so many people. No wonder she could be so reckless and unstoppable, because she had a modest and cautious father, a wise and experienced mother, and a rotten but outwardly righteous brother who would always do anything to protect her. Moreover, even though they were just a political branch of the Kensington family, David's grandfather's branch of the Kensington family could not watch death without saving them. Home, a word of such happiness. When Serafina was absent-minded, she suddenly heard Vivian's voice, "Give me a share." She and Hannah turned at the same time, saw Vivian smiling coldly, and walked over. "Serafina, if you agree to take out the video now, I owe you a favor." Hannah glanced at her. "What are you doing? You got the Ashford family's shares, and now you want to use your identity as the Ashford family's daughter to maintain the family's image, bribe Serafina, and destroy the video evidence?" Hannah turned to look at Serafina. "Don't give it to her. Don't you want to reveal Lily's identity?" Serafina looked at Vivian, feeling that the gaze under her sunglasses had another meaning, and said to Hannah, "You misunderstood her." Hannah was puzzled. "Misunderstand?" "Yes." Vivian curled her crimson lips, smiling so heartily. "I'm on your side, today, the three of us, let's release this video." Hannah was even more suspicious. "Didn't your father bribe you?" Vivian smiled deeply. "I changed my mind. Could he kill me? Now that the company shares are in my hands, can he still take them back?" Even Hannah took half a moment to react, smiling strangely. "Vivian, you really are." She left the next part hanging, not saying anything more. She really couldn't find the right adjective. Serafina was silent, not knowing whether to be happy or worried. She knew Vivian had really changed. The smile in her eyes was so sinister and cold, it was really. "But to be honest, Vivian." Hannah frowned, looking at her with interest. "You are cuter now than before." Vivian smiled faintly. Serafina looked at Hannah. "I sent you the video. Whatever you want to do, leave it to you. I have nothing to do with this anymore." After sending the video to Hannah, she turned around and left. If Hannah took the initiative to declare war on Lily, it would be even better for her. Threats and dangers were likely to exist. She could avoid getting involved if she wanted to. After all, her faction and Theodore's were not yet stable. It was best not to add more hatred to the family, even if it was a declining family like the Ashford family. As for Theodore, it was best not to let any disagreements happen between them. Even if he was on her side now, it was best not to leave any loopholes. In fact, she really wanted to be like Hannah, freely challenging Lily and Winston. Being able to personally torture opponents like this, just thinking about it was enough to make people feel refreshed. But unfortunately, there was no family to protect her, but she still had to protect a family.